Hey everyone, this is just a quick update on the Oakley Carlson case. If you do not know this case, please check out our deep dive into the case on our YouTube channel to catch up, and please continue to share Oakley's story. It does not have to be my video, it can be anyone's. We just want to get this story out as much as possible. It's heartbreaking to say that Oakley has been officially declared deceased, even though the investigation into what happened is ongoing, and they still do not know where Oakley is. Oakley has been missing for almost 5 years now, and was last seen in February of 2021. Attorneys for Bruce Wolfe, the guardian ad litem for Oakley's siblings, petitioned the court to declare that Oakley was no longer alive on July 3rd. Washington state law states that a person can be determined to be no longer alive by clear and convincing evidence despite there being no body. The petition filed to declare Oakley no longer alive states, "There is no circumstance in which Oakley could still be alive after having not been seen in over 4 years, and having last been seen at only 4 years old. There is no suspicion that she has been kidnapped, and law enforcement suspects that Bowers and Carlson are to blame for her disappearance. There is no other explanation as to why this young girl could not be located in over 4 years, and it is because she is, sadly, deceased." In the petition, it states Oakley's condition the last time she was seen, and this would be the night that she spent with Grandma, Andrew's mom, where it was noticed that she had what appeared to be a black eye, scratches on her face, dark circles under her eyes. She was pale and extremely malnourished. Still not enough for Grandma to report anything to help save her life, but it was noted and photo was taken. That is such a pivotal moment in this case, and I don't think many understand the significance in that moment. Had Grandma reported the very visible abuse, Oakley would still be here. In a signed declaration, one of the siblings has stated that they did not see Oakley emerge from the house fire that Andrew blamed on Oakley, but again, detectives think that Oakley was missing prior to the fire. The fire remains a mystery, you guys. It was, according to Dipshit Dad, started by Oakley on the couch, because all 5-year-olds should be given a lighter to play with unattended. Jordan and Andrew did not call 911 and instead battled the fire for 4 hours on their own, stating they couldn't find their cell phones. I have always wondered if this was connected to Oakley and possibly a way to get rid of her body. It just doesn't make sense, but lots of things don't make sense when meth is involved. The attorney went on to say, "We want to clarify that the request to legally declare Oakley Carlson deceased also serves the purpose of obtaining critical records and information necessary to fulfill the obligations of Oakley's guardian to investigate and assess the physical abuse, neglect, and emotional abuse experienced by Oakley and her siblings while under the care and custody of the state of Washington. This legal step was not taken lightly and does not reflect a conclusion about the facts or outcome of any ongoing law enforcement investigations. As this matter involves minors and ongoing proceedings, we are limited in what further information can be disclosed at this time. We appreciate the public's understanding and continued concern for the children at the heart of this case." He also stated that they are deeply mindful of the sensitive nature of the case and the grief and uncertainty it brings to the Carlson family. This makes me want to bang my head against the wall. The Carlson family, the ones who allowed this abuse to go on and who failed to report ongoing abuse they witnessed, the ones who failed Oakley on numerous occasions and sent her back to her prison under the stairs. What about Jamie Joe and Eric Hiles, the actual parents, the ones who provided love and so much happiness to Oakley, the only people who are fighting for justice? You want to apologize to the people who haven't posted a single photo of Oakley in an effort to find out what happened, who haven't showed up to any events to raise awareness, and who haven't advocated for justice for Oakley in any way. They erased her from existence, and it was Jamie Joe and Eric who ensured they didn't erase her story and light from the world. Imagine if Jamie Joe and Eric were not involved in this case, Oakley would cease to exist. But let's apologize to the people who are just as much responsible for the disappearance as the 2 idiots who brought Oakley into this world and then took her out of it. Where are Jamie Jo and Eric Hiles on all of this? Well, they did not know that the petition was filed to declare Oakley, their daughter, no longer alive. Jamie Jo issued this statement. Imagine being a parent and finding out from someone else that your child has been declared dead. The pain and shock of that moment are indescribable. No parent should ever have to experience that kind of disregard. This effort has been described as a way to hold DCYF accountable, but from where I stand, it looks more like a pursuit of financial gain than a pursuit of justice. If the people behind this truly care about honoring Oakley's life, I invite them to join me in continuing her legacy through the nonprofit created in her name. Together, we can fight for children, for transparency, and for reform in the systems that failed her. That would be meaningful advocacy. That would be love. Jamie Jo went on to explain, saying, "I want her siblings to be taken care of," Hiles said in an interview. But my outlook on this has always been, well, I want change within DCYF. I just don't want a settlement. I want change. Future foster children should never be at risk of being returned home too quickly or not being removed from a dangerous situation. That has been my whole mindset. The Grays Harbor Sheriff's Office is currently contemplating a no-body prosecution to hold Andrew and Jordan accountable, which can be done now that Oakley has been declared deceased. How do you guys feel about this? I really see it from both sides. I commend Jamie Jo for continuing to be the champion for Oakley, and I understand her and where she is coming from. Announcing Oakley deceased almost sounds like an ending, and the end should not come until she is found and brought back home. At the same time, justice is coming, and I want the prosecutors to put the two ding-dong dumbasses behind bars and hold them there for the rest of their lives. But that is also very hard to do with no body, and if they swing and miss, they won't get to do it again. Hopefully that happens before Jordan breeds again and has another child that will be ingested with meth or disappear with her felon of a boyfriend. If you guys know anything, please contact the Grays Harbor Police Department at 3609-641770. And if you see these two horrible monsters, please ask them what happened to their daughter. Oakley will be 9 years old in December. She deserves justice. Until next time, you guys, stay safe out there.
Don't know dear, how much will you? Don't take my stress away.